30 seconds into the game. Ball handled by Breidenbach over to the near wing. Manson gives a look back to Breidenbach between the circles. Cheyenne 13-11 on the season, 11-9 in the EDC. Again, the 6th seed in this tournament. A play-in game was required to qualify for EDC. Lost their first game against Davies and then won against South as a tie-up on the post between Saunders and Azure will be a held ball that will stay in control of the Mustangs. Baseline left side. Manson will set to trigger it inbounds. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Mustangs got to hurry fast. They find Saunders up for two. Hits it. Preston Saunders hits two. It's a 3-2 game. 2 meetings between this team this season. Rough Riders have won both. Azure on the near post comes to Fossey. Towards the top of the key to Lancaster. Skips to the corner to Sondrel. Again, the Rough Riders, some presence in the post, but they've worked around the perimeter. Short left corner Lancaster. Skips across. Open shooter in Page. And she is called for travel. She saw the lane, got a little over anxious, and gets called for the travel. Basketball will go back to the Mustangs. Breidenbach, far sideline. She is set to inbounds. Triggers it inbounds. And the Mustangs down 3-2 will bring the ball up court. Seeding for the final 2 spots out of the East will be determined by our state qualifying games. As driving baseline up to hit 2. Breidenbach will hit it. Cheyenne takes the lead 4-3. Devils Lake West Fargo will play the next game. That is a 2 versus 4 seed. So seed 1 and seed 2 are playing in state qualifying games. We're going to see a foul call come against the Mustangs. Manson will be called for her first personal, first team foul. Levia Manson, the junior, called for the foul, put in bounds by the Rough Riders. 1 and 2 seed for next week's Super A will be decided by the championship as a missed jumper misses for Lancaster, and we're going to see a foul come and an and 1. Sondrel will go to the line. It is a 5-4 game. We'll try to make it a 6-4 game. Substitution coming for Cheyenne. Lauren Fagerlin will come into the game. 5-4 Rough Riders lead. Free throw good. It's an and 1 for Sondrel, and that will make it 6-4. Rough Riders regain the lead. They open the game up with a 3 from Page. It was 4-3 Cheyenne early going in this game, and it's Rough Riders back on top, trying to work their way back to state. Cheyenne looking for the chance to tie or take the lead. Feed to the post. That is picked off by Page. And the Rough Riders will bring the ball up court. 15:47 and counting to go here in the first half. High school basketball EDC tournament on yourliveevent.com. Travel call for the Rough Riders at the baseline. Kind of an uncharacteristic 2 travels called here in the first half against this experienced Rough Riders team. Our halftime show, by the way, brought to you by Red River Valley Speedway. We'll have our Red River Valley Speedway halftime show coming up here at the conclusion of this 15:34. Is fouled while shooting. Jaden Feist, the senior. Feist will go to the line and shoot 2. I believe Page was called for the foul. Free throw's good. Feist hits the first. It is 6-5. Cheyenne pulls within a point. 15:34 left in the half. Next one on the way. That's good. Tie game, 6-6. That is our first tie of the morning. Yep, still morning. Full day of basketball. 6 games played here at the Shack. Tournament typically moves from the to the semifinals to the championship qualifying round played here at the Shack this year. Only the qualifying and the championship games played at the Shack. Higher seed hosted a majority of the tournament. 3 on the way. It's in for Page, her second 3 of the contest. 9-6, a 3-point lead for the Rough Riders. That ties their largest lead of the game. Approaching 15 minutes left in the half. Shot mid-post. That will miss for Feist. Rebound picked up by Azure and brought up court by the Rough Riders. Fossey the feed. Finds an open Sondrel. She takes a step in. Closed in quick by Fagerlin. Now into the points to Azure. Beyond the arc to the corner. Finds Lancaster. 14 seconds and counting left on the shot clock for the Rough Riders. Shot from the corner. Nothing but nets. Lancaster hits 2. And it's a 5-point lead for the Rough Riders. 11-6. Red River, the number 1 seed, regular season EDC champions, and a foul call will come against the Rough Riders. Fossey is called for that foul. That is her first, team second. Substitutions coming on both sides. Brenna Dick will come in for the Cheyenne Mustangs. Jade Azure exited the game for the Rough Riders. Did not see who they brought in. We'll get you that here as play resumes. Ball inbounded to Fagerlund. Will come over to the near side to Saunders. Gives a look. Will skip across. Finds Dick. Dick on the dribble. Guarded by Fossey. 19 seconds on the shot clock left for the Mustangs. And a pass attempt inside is swatted away by Sondrel, but recovered by the by the Mustangs, but they'll send it out of bounds. And that was Jocelyn Schindler who blocked that pass. She was the one who checked in into the contest for Azure, so Schindler with the block on the pass. Didn't get the turnover right there, but it resulted in a turnover. Mustangs worked a little too quick on that basketball around the arc. Red River up by 5. State qualifying game winner moves on to the state tournament. Super A tournament, which will be a 4-day tournament this year, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Pass attempt to the corner by Schindler's deflected. Sondrel's able to pick it up, and the ball worked around by the Rough Riders. They need to hurry here. 4 seconds. Feed to the post. Kept in bounce by Sondrel. Rough Riders have it, and they don't get the shot, and a shot clock violation for Red River. You can see the bench for Cheyenne get to their feet. They were happy with that defense. Rough Riders have not really capitalized on their presence on the post. I would imagine that's part of some game planning from Coach Ripplinger, but Cheyenne able to force a turnover with the shot clock violation. Cheyenne up court, down by 5. Pass attempt tipped to the scorer's table by Jasmine Sondrel, the 6-foot senior. Again, 5 seniors in the starting lineup, a junior and 2 freshmen on the rotation off the bench. So their experience heavily lying in the starting lineup, while Cheyenne just 1 senior, Jaden Feist, but she has plenty of postseason experience, as we're going to see a travel call, and the basketball will go to the Rough Riders. 13:24 left to play in the first half. And after this contest, we'll have another state qualifying game. Devils Lake and West Fargo will be in action. We'll have that for you here on yourliveevent.com. Emily Robson will come into the game for the Rough Riders. 19-4 on the year, the Riders. One of those losses, a semifinal loss against an upstart Shanley team. Shanley kind of getting to their groove late in the season. Pass attempt inside, tipped away by Feist, recovered by Saunders, and the basketball belongs to the Mustangs as we approach 13 minutes left in the first half. 13 minutes before our Red River Valley Speedway halftime show coming up here on yourliveevent.com. Again, we'll have all games for you on this broadcast on Your Live Event. We'll have all 6 games for you on the day. 3 girls, 3 boys. Driving the lane, up to shoot. Dick misses the shot. Rebound brought down by Sondrel. And the Rough Riders will bring the ball up court. They lead by 5. Offense has been on a standstill for a stretch for both teams. On the wing, Robson. Robson able to feed to Schindler. Schindler a handoff. And we're going to see a foul come off ball, or a violation off ball. It'll go back to the Mustangs. Peyton Breidenbach will come back into the game for Cheyenne. Mustangs inbound. Breidenbach with the ball across half court. On her tail is Schindler. Breidenbach goes to feed to the post. Battled around but recovered by the Mustangs. Here comes a 3 off the iron. Misses for Breidenbach. Rebound out of bounds. And both teams wisely held up. Strike that it was tipped by a Rough Rider. Sondrel must have gotten a hand on the basketball, so Cheyenne will keep control of the ball with a 30-second shot clock. Inbound to Breidenbach. Will come back to the wing. Johnson to the corner. Up for 3. That will miss. Rebound, Rough Riders. Jocelyn Schindler with the ball. Long pass finds Sondrel. Back to Schindler. 12 minutes to go, first half. Grand Forks Red River leading West Fargo Cheyenne 11-6. Drive in the lane. Floater misses. Rebound pulled down at the lane by Saunders. Here comes the Mustangs. Ball handled by Breidenbach. Breidenbach gets trapped near the sideline. Will turn it over. Schindler forces a turnover. Here comes the fast break. Feed across the lane. Off the glass. Up for 2. Emily Robson will make it 13-6. A 7-point lead. The largest for Red River. Under 11.5 to play first half here. The EDC Girls Basketball Tournament State Qualifying game. And left unguarded, Carson Saunders puts it off the window and in. She makes them pay 13-8. So teams trading points here. Again, offense has been at a standstill for about a 2.5, 3-minute stretch. Now both teams trading points. Let's see if we get an offensive explosion started on both sides. Red River looking for a mismatch. A feed to Schindler. Schindler gets it poked away. Rough Riders keep control of the basketball. Left side, 2 is in. Page with her 8th of the half, 15-8. 7-point lead again for Red River. Breidenbach stops on the post. Left elbow looks for help. Comes to Feist free throw line. Feist drives, ups the shoot, off the heel of the basket. Rebound cradled by Linziger for the Rough Riders. Red River with the basketball. Handled by Schindler. Comes to Sondrel, back to Schindler. 19 seconds and counting on the shot clock for Red River. Drive to the lane, off the side of the basket for Page. Rebound put back, that will miss for Sondrel. Rebound the Mustangs. Both of these teams have rebounded well this season as going the length of the court to shoot and denied. Page blocks the shot of Breidenbach, and we'll get substitutions coming. Maya Metcalf back into the game for the Cheyenne Mustangs. Jade Azure will come back into the game for the Rough Riders. Kaylee Lancaster will join her. Ella Fossey, the last player to come in as well. 3 new players in for the Rough Riders. It's West Fargo Cheyenne's basketball as the ball comes to the left side, handled by Feist. Feist under double coverage, feeds a pass that's deflected out of bounds, came off the fingertips of Lancaster. 10:09 to play in the first half. Both teams, 2 fouls apiece. Both teams have held leads in this half. We've had 2 lead changes. A nice drive shot from Dick. Good. Brenna Dick hits her first 2 of the game. 15-10. Rough Riders lead down to 5. Ball handled by Fossey. Fossey goes right, tries to get free of Dick. To the top of the key will come to Schindler. Try to bounce pass around the defender. Breidenbach had the lead, or the read rather, gets the steal. Up court to Dick. Dick for 3, shot in and out. Rebound picked up by Jade Azure, and I think she's going to draw a pushing foul. She will. Maya Metcalf will be called for her first, team's 3rd. We'll get our first half stats as well coming your way during our Red River Valley Speedway halftime show. They're ready to host the World of Outlaws this season. Visit RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for track schedule and racing news from Red River Valley Speedway. Thanks for joining us here on YourLiveEvent.com. We're happy to be out here for six games today. As a 3 from the corner, nothing but net for Lancaster. 3rd 3 of the half for Red River. Their lead at 8, their largest of the game, 18-10, with 9:18 left in the half. We'll have another state qualifying game after this, girls championship game, and then we'll get the boys session beginning around 4:30. If you missed any games, we'll have them archived at YourLiveEvent.com. Ball worked around by Cheyenne. 3 on the way. That one will hit off the iron for Dick. Rebound grabbed in the right corner by Breidenbach. Breidenbach to the elbow to Feist, and she knocks down 2. 4 for Feist, 18-12. Red River leads by 6. It was a 1-point game first time these teams met, and then a 20-point win for the Rough Riders second time they met. Red River's won both meetings between the 2. Ball worked around by the Rough Riders. Top of the key, 3, too strong for Schindler. Rebound to the Mustangs, and then Schindler stole it away, but was coming out of bounds, threw it back to Breidenbach. So that's going to create a mismatch down court. Hustle play by Schindler. She was able to get back on defense. Here comes a 3, left side, deep 3, off the mark for Manson, and a battle for the rebound, and it's grabbed baseline in the hands of Lancaster for the Rough Riders. So Riders with the basketball. Approaching the 8-minute mark of the first half. Red River's led by 8, and a foul call comes against Jaden Feist. She got a hand inside of Schindler. Feist is called for the foul. That is her team's 4th. Jasmine Sondrel, Alex Page back into the game for the Rough Riders. 18-12, Rough Riders with the lead. Red River, number 1 seed in this tournament. Feed to Azure in the post to the corner. Up for 3. That will miss for Sondrel. Rebound grab by Page. Put back good. 10 for Alex Page. She opened up the game with a 3. She gives her team another 8-point lead. 8-12. That matches their largest of the first half for the Rough Riders. Rough Riders, a team determined to get to state. Pass attempt knocked away by Sondrel. Rough Riders looked like they had a fast break going, but back on defense, Fagerlin was able to take it away. And Cheyenne has the basketball, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Work to the corner, Metcalf for 2. Maya Metcalf hits a bucket. 2-possession game, 2014. Rough Riders lead, getting close to 7 to go in the first half. Ball in the corner, Sondrel for 3, knocks it down. Sandro, her first three of the half, 4 threes in the half for the Rough Riders. They push their lead to 9, 23-14. So we have now seen the largest lead of the half for the Rough Riders, 23-14. 7 to go first half, state qualifying game here at the Shack. Driving the lane, shot off the iron for Brenna Dick. Rebound for Red River. Cheyenne does not want to let the Riders settle into their offense. Left open in the corner, Lancaster for the long two will miss. Rebound tipped by Azure. Lancaster rebound misses, and the ball will trickle to the top of the key. Fosse picks it up. Fosse across to Page. Now to Azure on the post. Feeds right of the lane. Lancaster work beyond the arc. Was going top of the key. Gets tipped at half court. Fosse, I think, thought it didn't go tipped. She was trying to avoid the over and back. Ball to the elbow. Azure's shot off the iron. Azure gets her rebound. Goes back beyond the arc to Page. Brand new shot clock for the Rough Riders. 3 right side. Contested 3 in for Lancaster, her second. And we're going to get a timeout. It's a 12-point lead for Red River, 26-14. You're watching coverage of the EDC basketball tournament on yourliveevent.com.
The City of Hillsborough welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsborough community. With the City of Hillsborough Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsborough is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsborough. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsborough-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsborough.
The Ada EDA is committed to improving the quality of life for Ada residents by providing assistance to new and small businesses, developing and assisting with affordable housing to provide economic growth in our community, and including building incentives with affordable lots in great locations with amenities, and also city property tax abatement and free city utilities. For information, contact City of Ada 784-5522 or visit the City of Ada website adamn.gov.
Welcome back to the EDC basketball tournament on yourliveevent.com. 26-14, 12-point lead for the Rough Riders. Timeout taken by Cheyenne. They want to get themselves collected, had a drive. Shot attempt was blocked on the post. I want to give a big shout out to Palm, who had a correction on our scoreboard here on our broadcast. We had our scores flipped as a shot from the corner is in. Saunders hits the 2, so we got all of those issues there corrected. 26-17, the score in favor of the number 1 seeded Rough Riders against the 6 seeded Cheyenne. Is driving the lane, up for 2. Fosse will miss. Rebound grabbed by Azure on the baseline. Red River has turned it up a notch here through this stretch. They led by as much as 12 as driving the lane and an and one. Great move from Jasmine Sondrel. She will go to the line. Carson Saunders is called for her first personal, 5th team foul. 8 points for Sondrel, trying to make it 9. Sondrel with 8, Page with 10. They are the big boppers right now for the Rough Riders. 3-point play incomplete from Sondrel. Rebound picked up, though, by Page, and the Rough Riders control the ball. Feeding the lane. Feist will steal it away. Feist, the lone senior for the Mustangs, stops on the wing. Looks for help. Finds Dick, deep 3, misses. Rebound in the lane. Feist lost it. Grabbed by Saunders at the baseline. Goes beyond the arc, is able to find Manson. Cheyenne controlling the basketball. 5 minutes left to play in the first half. Shot from the post. Good contested shot from Feist, her 6th of the half. 28-19, what was a 12-point deficit, has now been trimmed to 9 for Cheyenne, and the ball will get tipped out of bounds, misplayed by the Rough Riders. Devils Lake West Fargo will be our next state qualifying game. That is coming up next. Championship game at 1:30. Shanley and Fargo Davies. Boys session begins at 4:30. Jocelyn Schindler will come back into the game. Schindler will come back into the game for the Rough Riders. She's played some big minutes defensively, has not registered any points. She's been a big scorer off the bench, averaging nearly 10, but so far in this game, her defense has what has been a difference maker for Coach Ripplinger and the Rough Riders. Foul call coming against Red River. That will be against Fosse, her 2nd, team's 4th. Fouls right now, 4, 5. 5 for the Mustangs, 4 for the Rough Riders. Emily Robson will come into the game. for Red River. Feist from the free throw line, tries to go low to Saunders. Saunders gets it, off balance shot off the side of the basket. Page the rebound. Red River will move the ball up court, handled by Schindler. Schindler feeds right side, finds Robson. Robson gives a look, nothing happening. Ball set back in motion, 17 on the shot clock. 3 from the corner will come in and out. Missed shot for Lancaster. Fast break led by Feist for the Mustangs. Feist will come to Dick to the near side. Saunders drives. She gets double teamed to the post to Feist. Shoots, misses. Rebound right there for Lancaster. And Cheyenne kind of selling out the rebound there to get back on defense. They need to slow down Red River as a deep three. Good for Sondrel. Her second three. She's in double figures with 11. 31-19, another 12-point lead for the Rough Riders. That ties their largest in the half with 3:45 and counting to go. State qualifying game here for you at the Shack. Feed came to Saunders, missed the shot. There was a battle for the rebound, and it will be a held ball. Manson got tied up with someone for the Rough Riders. And we'll get some substitutions coming in. Peyton Breidenbach will come back in for the Mustangs. Ball handled by Schindler. Comes to Sondrel. Back to the top of the key, Linsinger. To the right side, Schindler. Schindler looking for an open shot. She will drive. Pulls back out beyond the arc. Bounces a pass to Sondrel. To the right side. Finds Robson. Went inside. Pass knocked away by Breidenbach. And we're going to see a foul call. Jade Azure called for her first, team's fifth. Both teams, make that their fourth. So 4 fouls now for the Rough Riders. I think I originally said that this would be their fifth, but it is going to be their fourth. Nearing 3 minutes to go in the first half. We'll have our halftime show coming up here on yourliveevent.com. Ball got knocked loose. Fast break coming for the Rough Riders. Schindler in the lane, feeds to the block, and one again. And Lasinger will draw the foul on another trip to the free throw line. Peyton Breidenbach called for the foul, team 6. And another timeout will be taken by the Mustangs. Timeout will step aside. It's high school girls basketball on yourliveevent.com.
First kid in my family to have graduated from college. And then that NDHSAA, they told me, hey, look, you can get credits for this, you can go further. So I start to see like my horizon broaden up. I'm going to be pretty unstoppable. My name is Julie, and I'm here for my future.
Going to NDHSAA, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. For sure, I'll look back at all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
Thanks for joining us on yourliveevent.com. I'm Joel Morgan back at the Shack. State qualifying game, number 6 seeded Cheyenne against number 1 Red River. 33-19 the lead for the Rough Riders. Hannah Linsinger will come to the line to try to complete a 3-point play for Red River. Shot comes, that will miss. Rebound grabbed by Breidenbach. Breidenbach will move up court. The Mustangs looking for a mismatch. Ball came to Feist. Feist is going to be fouled by Jade Azure, who has called for her second straight foul. That is 5 fouls now for the Rough Riders. Jaden Feist, 2 for 2 from the line, and she will miss the first. Broadcaster's jinx. As a substitution, Alex Page will come back in the game for the Rough Riders. Maya Metcalf will come back in for the Mustangs. 33-19 the score. 12 points has been the ceiling so far for the Rough Riders. Red River has pulled it into single digits twice, both times. Feist hits the second free throw. 33-20 the score. 14 has been the ceiling twice. As the basketball is handled by the Rough Riders in the lane. Layup misses for Schindler. Rebound grabbed under the basket for Metcalf. Handled by Breidenbach. Will come to Dick on the sideline. Dick feeds to the post. Overpass. Ball kept in bounds by Metcalf and controlled by the Mustangs. Good hustle play. Pass attempt to Metcalf deflected. She will pick it up, trapped in the corner. To the top of the key. Finds Johnson. Left side drive. Shot. Good. Brenna Dick with 2 makes it 33-22, an 11-point game. Mustangs trying to pull it into single digits. Rough Riders trying to run away with this first half. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Rough Riders will keep the ball in motion from the top of the key. Robson comes to the elbow. Lancaster drives. Shot clock violation. Second time this half that the Mustangs have forced that. And again, their bench and their fans will get to their feet. Our Red River Valley Speedway halftime show coming up here in a minute 36. To host the World of Outlaws this season, visit RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for track schedule and racing news. That is Red River Valley Speedway, our halftime sponsor here on YourLiveEvent.com. A drive from Johnson. Couldn't get the shot, went to feed, ball tipped out of bounds. Metcalf was not the last to touch. Instead, it will be a Rough Rider. Breidenbach baseline left side, ready to inbound. Comes to the corner, finds Feist. Feist held up, sets it in motion. Johnson with the ball. Johnson went to Dick, back to Johnson. Drive left side, shot airballed. Just kept in bounds by Johnson, but the Rough Riders will get it. Rough Riders will come up court. Lancaster with the ball to the top of the key to Page. Page will hand it off to Schindler. Schindler right side to Linsinger. 55 seconds left in the half. Contested shot off the glass, misses for Page. Rebound to the Rough Riders. They'll have a new shot clock. Left side, Lancaster for 3, will miss. Rebound to Dick. 39 seconds left in the first half. 33-22, advantage for Red River. 3 will miss for the Mustangs. They have not hit a 3 this half. Meanwhile, 4 have been knocked down. Make that 5 have been knocked down by Red River. About a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock as the pass is stolen away by Feist. Feist almost got tangled up with her own teammate. Cheyenne with the basketball. Brought up court by Breidenbach. Breidenbach will come right side. Johnson was fouled, going for 3. Hannah Linsinger is called for her first personal 16th foul, but this is a big one because it puts Brenna Dick to the line to shoot 3. Substitution coming. Saunders will come in. Breidenbach will step out. Excuse me, rather, that is Johnson at the line. Johnson misses the first. Got Dick and Johnson confused. One's 15, one's 25. As the second one, that's good. Brooke Johnson gets her first point of the game, 33-23. It is a 10-point advantage for the Rough Riders. They've led by as much as 14. Second on the way, that's good. Brooke Johnson goes 2 of 3 from the line, 33-24 the score, 9-point lead for Cheyenne. 5 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass attempt picked off, stolen away. Metcalf the steal, shot misses. Rather, Johnson the steal, shot will miss, and our first half is in the books. We have played one half here in the state qualifying game. It is Red River 33, Cheyenne 24. Our Red River Valley Speedway halftime show coming your way next on YourLiveEvent.com.
We built Irie Insurance with one philosophy: hire great people and provide great service and options. We want to help protect your home, farm, crops, personal, and your businesses. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and since day one, we have followed this golden rule to help protect teams like West Fargo, Devil's Lake. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
See your future come together at Lake Region State College. Train for in-demand careers, part-time, full-time, or online. Change lives.
The Ada EDA is committed to improving the quality of life for City of Ada residents with affordable housing lots to provide economic growth in our community. Loans are available to help with neighborhood improvements with the costs of up to $7,500 in forgivable loans with 0% interest. For more information, contact the City of Ada, 218-784-5522, adamn.gov.
Border States provides value to our customers by delivering innovative product and supply chain solutions in the construction, industrial, and utility markets. We're thankful for the support we receive from our community, and we remain committed and driven to provide the best experience possible for our customers and partners across the country. Good luck to everyone competing today from all of us at Border States.
Your countless projects. Range Printing, 888-632-8844. Everything print.
The Ada EDA is committed to improving the quality of life for Ada residents by providing assistance to new and small businesses, developing and assisting with affordable housing to provide economic growth for the community as well. New businesses, lots are available in the industrial park, and buildings available along East and West Main Streets. Get information, contact the City of Ada, 218-784-5522. Visit the City of Ada website, adamn.gov.
Go to IRIinsurance.com.
Eagle River Utility Solutions is a locally owned premier utility contractor specializing in installation of fiber optics and power with directional boring, vibratory plowing, and direct burial for all fiber optics and power on your property. You can expect these values when you partner with Eagle River Utility Solutions: quality, safety, trust, care, and relationship. Learn more of the services from Eagle River Utility at eagleriverutility.com.
And it's our Red River Valley Speedway halftime show. Welcome back to EDC Girls Basketball on YourLiveEvent.com. It was a 5-0 run and the first half for Cheyenne. They cut their deficit to single digits against top-seeded Red River. 33-24 is our score at the half. Red River led by as much as 14. In fact, they were leading 33-19 before that 5-0 run. Red River got the scoring started. Alex Page hit a three early in the half. We had one lead change. Cheyenne had a lead. Red River took over, and then offense kind of drew cold for both teams. Red River got things sparked, and that's how they ran to that 14-point lead before Cheyenne was starting to hit some points. Some numbers. Carson Sanders, 6 points. She leads the Cheyenne Mustangs. Jaden Feist with 7 leads the Mustangs. Saunders has 6. Brenna Dick has 4, 2 points for Brooke Johnson, Peyton Breidenbach, and Maya Metcalf. No threes in the first half for Cheyenne, and that has been noticeable because Red River has hit 6 threes in the half. Cheyenne, what they've done to kind of get back those points, though, is they're 5 for 7 from the charity stripe in the contest. For the Rough Riders, it is 2 in double figures. Jasmine Sondrol with 11, including 2 threes. Alex Page with 10, including 2 threes. Kaylee Lancaster, 8 points with, you guessed it, 2 threes. Emily Robson with 2. Anna Linsinger with 2. So 6 threes in the first half for the Rough Riders. They are 1 for 3 from the charity stripe, but those threes have helped propel them to this 9-point lead. So 33-24, Rough Riders lead. Again, winning team will move on to the state tournament. Team that loses calls it a season. Our next game after this will feature Devils Lake against West Fargo High. And the championship game for the girls about 1:30, Shanley against Fargo Davies. We'll have that for you here on YourLiveEvent.com. That will do it for our Red River Valley Speedway halftime show. They will host the World of Outlaws this season. Visit RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for track schedule and racing news. Our second half action when we return here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Student athletes have their eye on the ball, making game plans, scoring points, breaking records. At American Federal, we know you have goals too. Whether it's buying farmland, business expansion, home ownership, or planning for retirement, our trusted advisors will help you find the best solutions and make the right calls. Make a winning appointment with an American Federal banker today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
It's a family-oriented community.
It's a great community to raise kids in a family.
They're a safe place to raise a family, and can go four-wheeling on the trails or kayaking down the river.
Just more than knowing the family that's here, it's getting to know new neighbors.
We wanted to be somewhere that was community-oriented, and this felt just perfect.
Let's face it, most of us don't go a day without our phone, computer, or tablet. These devices have not only financial data, but confidential information for our businesses too. Hello, this is Dustin with Irie Insurance, and cyber threats happen around the country every minute of every day. People have lost everything at the most and had huge inconveniences at the very least. That's why we offer a variety of cybersecurity insurance coverages for small and big businesses. Don't wait until you lose customer information or money. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find out more about cyber coverages and protect your business today.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun. Red River Valley Speedway, the fastest high-banked dirt track in the upper Midwest.
And welcome back to EDC Girls Basketball on YourLiveEvent.com. State qualifying game, Cheyenne, Red River. Second half just about to get underway. Cheyenne trailing 33-24. We'll have all games for you of this final day of the EDC tournament on YourLiveEvent.com. We thank all those who have stuck with us through just a few technical issues that we've seen here throughout the start of our broadcast. We'll have this game in its entirety, though, archived on YourLiveEvent.com. Just check out our YouTube page. Breidenbach, Metcalf, Weiss, Saunders, Manson will be back out for Cheyenne. Fossey, Sondrel, Lancaster, Page, Azure, the five will come back out for Red River. Both teams going with their starting five to begin the second half of this contest. Manson with the basketball will come to Breidenbach, who will move back to the near side in the hands of Jaden Feist. Feist gets a feed up for two. 9 for Feist. She will open second half scoring. It is 33-26. That is 7 straight points scored for Cheyenne, and a foul call comes against Feist. She came up the length of the court to block her shot. That will be their first foul of the half. That puts Alex Page to the free throw line. Page's first shot, that's in. That ends a long scoring drought for the Rough Riders. Still haven't hit a field goal, but they'll get some points to push their lead to 34-26. 17:35, our second half just underway. 17:35 left in the season of one of these two teams as the second shot misses for Page. Rebound controlled by the Rough Riders. They will hustle it to the corner. Page drives, shoots, misses. Rebound grabbed in the lane by Sondrel and sent back beyond the arc. Fossey top of the key, skips to Sondrel in the corner for three. Will miss. Rebound. Azure will bring it to the corner. And the Rough Riders have controlled the basketball. Lancaster for three. Too strong on the shot. Rebound Feist. And Feist with control of the basketball for Cheyenne. 34-26. Cheyenne trailing. Ball handled from Breidenbach. Left side. Three is in. Manson hits the three, the first three of the game for the Mustangs. They cut their deficit to 5, 34-29. Riders basketball from the corner. Three for Page, off the iron. Rebound brought up court for Breidenbach. Breidenbach takes the shot, hits it. 7 points to start the half for Cheyenne. It is 34-31, 16:29 to go in the game, and we're going to get a timeout on the court. Timeout will be taken by Coach Ripplinger. He wants to get the Rough Riders to figure out what to do here against Cheyenne. Cheyenne is outscored going back to the final minutes of the first half. They have outscored them 13-1. They were once down by 14. They have outscored the Rough Riders 13-1 to make it a 3-point game, 34-31 with 16:29 to go. Devils Lake, West Fargo will play in the next state qualifying game. The number 1 and number 2 seeds in the EDC on the girls' side, they are playing in state qualifying games. The championship game featuring the Shanley Deacons, a number 5 seed, against Davies, the number 3 seed. Timeout will come to an end. I don't think any changes were made personnel-wise for either team in those timeouts. Ball put in bounds by Lancaster, brought up court by Fossey. Fossey trying to get free of Breidenbach. Ball to the corner, Lancaster. Sets it top of the key to Fossey, up for 3, hits it. Ella Fossey hits the 3, 37-31, still a 2-possession game as we approach 16 minutes to go in this contest. Ball handled by Feist, goes to the corner to Manson, and a little too strong on that pass. It will wind up in the stands. A different feel this season to games at the Shack. Usually teams come early enough to watch. Teams that have been eliminated on hand to watch the remainder of what is always a fun day in high school basketball in Fargo. This year, numbers limited as a feed comes to Page, and Page called for a travel, trying to work around the defense. Cheyenne will get the basketball. Beneficial sign of that turnover. Cheyenne down by 6, 15:47 to go. Yeah, fan numbers capped for tournaments across the state, for playoffs across the state. Of course, we saw a format change to the EDC, higher seed hosted all the way through the semifinal round, as opposed to semifinals, state qualifying championship games all be playing here. On the left wing, Manson. Manson skips across, finds Sanders. She comes to drive, feeds across the post to Metcalf, finds Manson, up for 3. Shot will miss. Rebound in the hands of Lancaster. Rough Riders with the basketball. They lead by 6 as we approach the 15-minute mark remaining in this ball game. Ball comes near side. Page to drive, shoots, gets it. Page gets her 13th on a contested shot. Rough Riders lead at 8, 39-31. Feed to Metcalf. Metcalf finds Breidenbach. Breidenbach to the elbow to Feist, and a nice feed to Metcalf, left unguarded. She bangs it off the glass and in. 39-33, a 6-point lead for the Rough Riders. 14:40 to go in this contest. You're watching high school girls basketball on YourLiveEvent.com, and a miscommunication. Alex Page put the ball where no one was. Brenna Dick will come back into the game for Cheyenne. Substitutions coming for the Rough Riders. Jacelyn Schindler will come into the game. Should say a substitution for the Rough Riders. Actually, Hannah Linsinger checked into the contest as well, so there was 2 substitutions. Shot top of the key, deep shot will miss for Dick. Rebound will go to the Rough Riders. Ball handled by Schindler. Will feed to Sondrel. Back to Schindler between the circles. Goes left side to Fossey. Fossey comes to drive, drops it back. In the lane was Lancaster to the corner. 3, airball for Fossey. Rebound, grabbed by Metcalf. Cheyenne with the basketball, down by 6. They have not led since the first half. Manson for 3, hits it. Second 3 in the half for Manson, 39-36. Within 3 again is Cheyenne. Red River trying to get their momentum back. Really, momentum has been in the hands of Cheyenne since about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left in the first half. They ended the first half on a 5-0 run. 3 from the corner, misses Sondrel. Rebound picked up by Fossey. Fossey able to find Lancaster. She hits a 3. And Kaylee Lancaster hits a 3. 13:21 left to go in this game. 6:42, Red River with the lead. We got a timeout on the court. Timeout taken by Cheyenne. We'll step aside. We'll be back with high school basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Nielsen Brand Law, we know lawyers are meant to solve problems. Whether you are going through a divorce, navigating a business dispute, need help with an estate plan, dealing with the death of a loved one, or are facing criminal charges, we are here to help. The attorneys at Nielsen Brand Law want to make sure your future is secure. You'll receive individual counsel for your specific needs and also an entire team working for your best potential outcome. Nielsen Brand Law, with offices in Fargo, Mayville, and Grand Forks. We are ready to work with you. Visit us online today at NielsenBrandLaw.com.
We are back on YourLiveEvent.com at the Shack. State qualifying game in the EDC tournament, 42-36. Advantage for the Rough Riders. Big three coming from Kaylee Lancaster to keep it a two-possession game. Cheyenne with the basketball. Dick goes to Johnson, back to Dick. Johnson a feed inside to Metcalf, comes back to Johnson, now to Dick. Work to the right side. Manson thought about the three, drives, kicks it left side to Johnson. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Feist from the free throw line. Will go to the line to shoot two. Hurried shot by Jaden Feist, the senior. She was just trying to avoid a shot clock violation. Instead, she'll go to the charity stripe. Did not see who the foul went up against. Feist, his first free throw. That's good. 42-37, 5 points. The deficit for Cheyenne. Next one on the way. That's good. 11 in the game for Jaden Feist. 42-38 the score. Inside of 13 to go. Rough Riders 19-4 on the year. Number 1 seed in the tournament. Regular season EDC champion. Cheyenne 13-11. Number 6 seed. They had to play a playing game as a pass is stolen by Feist. Feist far sideline. Tried to feed to Brenna Dick and it's tipped out of bounds by Linsinger for the Rough Riders. Carson Sanders back into the game. Also back into the game, Peyton Breidenbach. Both changes coming for the Cheyenne Mustangs. 12:33 left to play in this contest. Ball gets inbounded into the hands of Johnson. Johnson to the corner. Breidenbach drives to shoot. Deflected. Ball taken away by Schindler near sideline. Long feed to the post to Page and hooks it up for two. Alex Page has 15, 44-38, 6-point lead for Red River. Approaching 12 left to go. And winner will play at state next week. I would imagine if it's the Rough Riders, they will be seeded third. If it's Cheyenne, they'll be the East 4 seed as a foul drawn by Saunders. She will get 2 free throws. Foul against Jocelyn Schindler. Her first personal, second team foul. Cheyenne did not hit threes in the first half as the first free throw. That one won't count. But they did do well in their limited free throw attempts, going 5 for 7, where the Rough Riders went just 1 for 3. That was a bit of a difference maker as it was 33-24 at the half. Did help Cheyenne kind of pace Red River as a second free throw good for Saunders, 44-39. Cheyenne, who has pulled within 3 twice, has now gotten this deficit to 5, under 12 left to play. Pass attempt to Azure from Page is airmailed out of bounds. Should say line drive right out of bounds. Ball handled by Breidenbach. Cheyenne will move up courts. Breidenbach to the right wing. Johnson feeds to the near side, comes to Dick. And a ball out of bounds tipped by the Rough Riders. Last touch by Page. Devils Lake, West Fargo, our next day qualifying game. That one's slated for about 11:45, and that's, I think, kind of the pace we actually are on right now. Championship game to be played around 1:30. A little bit more time given between games this season. Pass attempt inside, swatted away by Azure. Brought up court by Schindler. Rough Riders have the ball, leading by 5. Under at 11.5 to play. Schindler goes left wing to Page, knocked away from Page. She recovers near half court to the right wing, finds Lidsinger. Rensinger left side to Fosse into the corner. Rough Riders move the ball around. 3 for Schindler. Contested 3 won't land. Rebound went through a bunch of hands before a tangle up near the post. Possession error, I think, is in favor of the Riders. It is. So the Rough Riders will have the basketball with 10:59 left to go. Substitutions coming. Manson will come back into the game. Also back into the game, Metcalf for Cheyenne. 10:59 to go, 44-39 the score. Ball gets inbounded, a give and go back into the corner for Schindler. Schindler along the arc to the top of the key. Lancaster goes left side to Robson. To the short left corner for Page, and we're going to see a foul call come against Breidenbach. Breidenbach second team foul for Cheyenne. Ella Fosse will come back in for the Rough Riders. I think she will spell Robson. No, she'll spell Schindler. Robson stayed in. Robson took a step towards the bench, but Robson will stay in the contest. She's the motion player on this inbounds play. Inbound attempt to Page deflected, but Page recovers towards the basket. Hook shot off the iron. Rebound, grab baseline by Dick. Dick gets trapped, is able to feed to Metcalf. Here comes the Mustangs down by 5. Left side. 3 for Manson off the heel of the basket. Rebound tracked down on the far sideline for Robson. Red Rivers basketball under 10.5 to go. They lead by 5, and Robson lost the dribble. Ball taken away by Breidenbach. Breidenbach to the post to Dick. Layup good. Brenna Dick gets 2, 44-41, and for the third time this quarter, Cheyenne is within 3. They have not been able to get over this ump in the second half. Is a 3 on the way. Misses for the Rough Riders. Here comes Cheyenne with the basketball. And a chance to inch closer for the Mustangs. In the lane to shoot Dick. She's fouled. She'll get 2 shots. Emily Robson, her first third-team foul. Brenna Dick will make her first trip to the free throw line. She can make it a 1-point game. Hits the first, 44-42. This is now the closest Cheyenne has been since leading in the first half. Jasmine Sandrell will come back into the game for the Rough Riders. Brenna Dick's second free throw, that's good. 44-43. That is our score with 9:52 left to go. Cheyenne's lead at a point. They've led by as much as 14, 33-19. That was back in the first half. Cheyenne ended that first half, by the way, on a 5-0 run to make it 33-24. Feed in the lane. Page to shoot. Hits it. Alex Page, 7 in this half, 17 in the game, 46-33, a three-point contest. A feed to Metcalf, airballs the shot, and it is Red Rivers basketball. Lancaster with the ball, Schindler with the ball. Will come to Fosse. Fosse the drive, off the iron, misses. Rebound Saunders. It is Cheyenne's basketball. A chance to make it a 1-point game or a chance to tie it. They have not been shooting particularly well from long range, just 2 threes in the game, none in the first half. Manson, who has both threes, comes up, will miss. Rebound grabbed by Lancaster. Fosse will handle it for the Rough Riders. Rough Riders state qualifiers last year, losing in the semifinals, winning in the state qualifier. Only played 1 game at state before, of course, that pause happened last season at the A tournament. Fosse from the left wing, 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Pass comes to Schindler. Schindler back to Fosse, 5 on the shot clock. There were 2 shot clock violations first half. Shot in time for Page, can't hit it. Rebound to Cheyenne. Long feed to Metcalf. Metcalf tried the extra pass to Manson, and we're going to see a held ball that will go to the Mustangs. Breidenbach back in the game. Feist will come back in. Jade Azure will come back in for the Rough Riders. 8:22 to go. Mustangs down by 3. Inbound to the corner, comes to Feist. Went back to Breidenbach, tried to feed, went Feist, straddles the baseline. Able to find Dick, shot from Dick. Will miss, put out of bounds. Off the hands of Jasmine Sandrell for the Rough Riders. Ball brought up court for Jocelyn Schindler. Eight minutes left to play in this game. 46-43. Feed to Azure. Shoots, draws a foul. Jade Azure, who has not had any points this game, draws a foul. She'll get chance at 2 free throws. Carson Sanders' first personal, third team foul. First free throw for Azure is going to be off the mark. 4 more games, make that 5 more games left on the slate for today. 2 boys, 3 girls. Azure hits the second shot, makes it 47-43. Devils Lake, West Fargo next. Shanley Davies will be the championship game. Cheyenne's held most of the momentum this half. A 6 seed trying to upset a 1 seed. Pass attempt inside, put out of bounds by Lancaster. And at the far sideline, Johnson. Inbounds into the hands of Dick. To Breidenbach to the corner. Saunders up for a contested 3. Went in, but came right out. Azure the rebound. That would have made it a 1-point game. Instead, it's Schindler bringing it up court for the Riders. Under 7.5 to play, 20 on the shot clock. Azure gets a feed, misses the layup. Rebound will go to Cheyenne. Mustangs up court. Breidenbach went to feed to Saunders, gets tipped away, kept in bounds by Lancaster, and still a battle for the ball. Finally, Schindler will get a feed up court. Schindler for the Rough Riders in the lane to Fossey. Fossey goes to backhand a pass. It's deflected. Fossey recovers it. Fossey finds Sandrell for 3. Misses. Azure rebound, went for a putback. Jade Azure was going to be fouled. Breidenbach's 3rd personal, 5th team foul. Make that 4th team foul. Azure's first shot, that will miss. She is 1 for 3 from the line. Manson Metcalf will come back into the game for Cheyenne. And Linsinger will come in for the Rough Riders. 6:52 left to go. We'll have a short recap of this game and send you on to our next one as a missed free throw for Azure. She goes 0 for 2 from the line. Cheyenne was down by 14. That deficit twice has been trimmed to 3 this half. Once was just down to a point, 44-43 at the 9:52 mark of this second half. Manson comes to drive, held up at the post. Comes to Metcalf, she'll shoot, rather that is Dick that will shoot, misses, rebound out of bounds, tipped off the hands of Jaden Feist, the senior. Alex Page back in for the Rough Riders. Jade Azure will come out. 2 meetings between these teams this season with 75-74. Rough Riders won the first one, then Rough Riders would win the second one, 76-52. So a tale of 2 games this season between these 2 teams. Is a steal in the lane for Dick. Dick up court for the Mustangs, drops it back to Metcalf, to the corner, finds Johnson. Back into the hands of Dick. Feed down low to Feist, and she is bumped and will put it out of bounds, but was tipped by the Rough Riders. 6:01 left to go. Again, our second half here, state qualifying game. Rough Riders win, they'll be the 3 seed out of the East. Cheyenne wins, I would imagine they are the lowest seed remaining. They would be the 4 seed coming into next week. As a 3 will miss for Manson. Rebound grabbed under the lane for Lancaster. Schindler will handle this one up court. Schindler between the circles to the near side, finds Litzinger. Back to the hands of Fossey. Shot clock at 13 seconds. Drive for Litzinger. Back top of the key. 3 is in for Lancaster. Her 4th 3 of the game, 50-43. Rough Riders creating some separation. They lead by 7. Ball comes to the corner. Manson to drive. Ball knocked loose. Grabbed baseline by Dick, but she was out of bounds. No, the ball was already out of bounds, touched by the Rough Riders. That's what the officials are going to say with 5:19 to go. Inbound pass comes at the hands of Dick. To the post to Feist. Shoots, gets it. 13 for Jaden Feist, 50-45, 5-point game, coming towards 5 left to play. Schindler, the drive for the Riders, shoots, misses, rebound, two-handed, brought down by Johnson. Johnson to Dick, veering towards the near wing. We'll drop it back to Feist. To the left side, 3, airballed. Kept in bounds, though, by Johnson. She'll turn it over right away to Fossey. She's just trying to keep her balance in bounds, gives it to Fossey. Long pass comes to Lancaster. To the hands of Page, she will shoot, misses, and the ball is out of bounds. Saunders, Breidenbach will come back in for the Mustangs. Jasmine Sondrel will come in for the Rough Riders. 4:35 left to go. Second half of the state qualifying game. Fossey, baseline, inbounds, finds Page. Page comes to Fossey, feed to Page, and it's put out of bounds off the hands of Jaden Feist, the senior. And her last year for the Mustangs, 15 points, 7 assists coming for Jaden Feist. Against South, 22 points, 14 rebounds. Coach Hint saying in a pregame that she's been a big part of the success Cheyenne has seen this season, just being the lone senior. When you look at Red River, 5 seniors in their starting lineup. So a very experienced team who has seen some success. Driving Sondrel, she will be fouled. It's either going to be against Feist or Saunders. Third personal foul for Feist. Jasmine Sondrel, 11 points all in the first half. Will get her first stab at getting some points here in the second. She'll hit the first. She has 12, 51, 45, 6-point lead. This was 44-43. Red River's lead with 9:52 to play. Azure will come back into the game for the Rough Riders. Johnson back in for Cheyenne. Sondrel's second free throw off the heel of the basket. Rebound grabbed by the Mustangs, controlled by Breidenbach. Will come to Metcalf in the corner. We'll find Breidenbach. Ball work to Feist on the point. Feist shoots, misses, rebound. Sondrel. Under 4 to play. Cheyenne down by 6. Schindler handles for the Rough Riders. Schindler comes to Sondrel towards the bucket. Looks for help. Comes to Schindler. Back into the hands of Fossey. Feeds onto the post to Azure beyond the arc, and a deep 3! Page from downtown hits a 3, 54-45, 9-point lead for the Rough Riders. Coach Hintz wants a timeout for the Mustangs. We'll step aside. It is high school girls basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.
The City of Hillsborough welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsborough community. With the City of Hillsborough Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsborough is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsborough. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsborough-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsborough.
We are back on YourLiveEvent.com. 54-45. Rough Riders starting to get some separation from the Mustangs here in a state qualifying game at the EDC tournament. Coming up after this, Devils Lake, West Fargo High, and then Shanley and Davies will play in the championship game. We'll have the boys session coming up as well. All the games here on YourLiveEvent.com, also archived on our YouTube page. Alex Page, 20 points off that, eclipsed that mark with that last 3 she hit. 3 threes for the senior. When all is said and done in this game, if the Rough Riders get the win as a pass attempt gets tipped out of bounds by Sondrel, coming near side as Brenda Dick to inbound. When all is said and done, if the Rough Riders do prevail with the win in this close game, it's going to be the threes that are really the telling difference maker, I think, in this contest. Sondrel will get a steal, rather Azure will get a steal on the elbow. Ball handled by Fossey. She comes near side. Fossey across to Page. Now Schindler up for a long 2. No, it'll be a 3. She hits a 3, and just like that, it is 57-45. Rough Riders taking over here in this final 4 minutes. Pass attempt to Saunders gets tipped. Azure will come up with the basketball. Azure will come to Sondrel, and the ball is handled by Schindler. Super 8 tournament next week, a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday affair in Bismarck. Ball handled by Page to the corner. Schindler try to go for back-to-back threes. Will miss. Breidenbach the rebound. 2.5 to play. Cheyenne needs a big run if they want the comeback, and that's a good way to start it. Peyton Breidenbach goes coast to coast after getting the rebound. She has 6 in the game, 57-47. Rough Riders lead by 10. Rough Riders beat by number 5 Shanley, 49-44. And we're going to see a foul call. No, we're going to see a timeout call coming. So timeout with 2:07 to play, 57-47. Red River leads Cheyenne. It's girls basketball on yourliveevent.com.
The Ada EDA is committed to improving the quality of life for Ada residents by providing assistance to new and small businesses, developing and assisting with affordable housing to provide economic growth in our community, and including building incentives with affordable lots in great locations with amenities, and also city property tax abatement and free city utilities. For information, contact City of Ada 784-5522 or visit the City of Ada website adamn.gov.
State qualifying game, EDC girls basketball tournament on yourliveevent.com. 57-47. Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, the regular season EDC champions, with the lead against Cheyenne. Rough Riders beginning to pull away here late in the second half. Cheyenne was down by 14 in the first half, ended the half on a 5-0 run, and then got within a point, 44-43 with 9:52 left in the game. But again, the Rough Riders showing why they're the number 1 seed in this tournament. Cheyenne is going to have to get a few stops here. They cannot go point for point this point forward with this Rough Rider team. At the baseline, Fossey wants to inbound. Comes to Sondrel, goes inside. Ball handled by Schindler. Driving from the baseline, Sondrel misses the shot, and 3 players come down for the rebound. That is a hard-fought held ball that goes to the Rough Riders. 159 is all that is left for one team. It is the final 159 of their season. Fossey triggers inbounds to Lancaster. She was closing quick by Metcalf. Drops it back to Fossey. Works into the hands of Schindler. Comes to Lancaster. Skips across. Top of the key to Fossey. A drive off the glass and good for 2 is Alex Page. That is 22 for Page in the contest. 59-47. 91 seconds to go in the game. That's just over a minute and a half. Dick with the ball. Deep 3. Hits it. 59-53 possession game as we get closer to a minute to go. Cheyenne has 2 fouls left to give to stop some time. 2 timeouts remaining as well. Ball will go to Fossey. Rough Riders know that they got some seconds to try to burn here. Feed to Schindler. Schindler into the hands of Page, almost stripped away. Comes to Schindler, and Schindler will be fouled by Feist. And that is Feist 4th, team 6. Foul will be on the ground, 56 seconds to play. Saunders will come in for Feist, I would imagine. No, she will come in for Johnson. I thought maybe we were going to see an offensive-defensive substitution coming for Feist in this final 56 seconds, but I think Coach Hintz wants to leave his leading scorer out there because those opportunities to score can come at any chance. Lancaster left side, comes back to Schindler. Schindler to drive, finds an open shooter. Page to the near side. Sondrel back to the top of the key. Pass tipped, but picked up by Schindler, and Schindler will be fouled. That will be Brenna Dick. Her first, team 7th. Bonus time now for the Rough Riders. They lead 59-50, 42.4 left to go. Jocelyn Schindler will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. This could be the nail on the coffin. It is. 60-50. So Rough Riders about to get their 20th win of the season and a trip on to the state tournament as the next shot is good for Schindler, 61-50. 39 seconds left to play. We'll have our postgame show coming up here. Cheyenne going to play this one all the way through. Missed shot for Saunders. Rebound for the Rough Riders. Lancaster trying to avoid being fouled. Is able to find Fossey. 2.5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, as drawing the foul will be Metcalf. Dick's second foul. And Fossey to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. First one for Fossey is good. That is her 4th point of the game. She'll get to shoot the bonus, 62-50. Next one good, 63-50, 19 seconds left to play. At the free throw line, Feist up for 2, gets the bucket. And a timeout taken by the Mustangs. Will step aside. It's girls basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm the first kid in my family to have graduated from college. And then at NDHSAA, they told me, hey, look, you can get credits for this, you can go further. So I start to see like my horizon broaden up. I'm gonna be pretty unstoppable. My name is Julie, and I'm here for my future.
Going to NDHSAA, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back on all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
12.5 seconds to go. State qualifying game, Cheyenne against Red River, and Red River with a 63-52 lead. Red River 12.5 seconds away from improving to 20-4 on the season. Cheyenne will end their year 13-12. Red River will make a trip onto the state tournament. Peyton Breidenbach will be called for her 4th personal. Stops time with 11.5. Olivia Manson will come into the game. Jocelyn Schiller will shoot the 1-and-1. Schindler will shoot the 1-and-1. And will miss the first rebound for the Mustangs. 7 seconds left to play. Drive, layup, good. Breidenbach will get her 8th point of the game, and Coach Hintz wants to take another timeout. 2.6 to go. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
We built Irie Insurance with one philosophy: hire great people and provide great service and options. We want to help protect your home, farm, crops, personal, and your businesses. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and since day one, we have followed this golden rule to help protect you. That's why we have so many locations like West Fargo, Devils Lake, Hope, Hillsboro, Mackville, and Towner. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
2.6 seconds left, our first state qualifying game of the day, and it's been a good one, but the Rough Riders were able to get themselves a big run to end the half and make this one, well, the score maybe a little bit more deceiving as to how close this game really was. Cheyenne was within a point, 44-43 with 9:52 to go, and the Rough Riders took over the game after that. Their lead was in double figures. Lancaster inbounds, ball is grabbed by Fossey, and she will run out the time as this one does become a final. The Rough Riders are on to the 2021 Super A State Tournament. They defeat Cheyenne 63-54. Final stats coming your way next on YourLiveEvent.com.
See your future come together at Lake Region State College. Train for in-demand careers, part-time, full-time, or online. At Lake Region State College, we change lives.
The Ada EDA is committed to improving the quality of life for City of Ada residents with affordable housing lots to provide economic growth in our community. Loans are available to help with neighborhood improvements with the costs of demolition for home or building up to $7,500 in forgivable loans with 0% interest. For more information, contact the City of Ada, 218-784-5522, or visit the City of Ada website, adamn.gov.
Border States provides value to our customers by delivering innovative product and supply chain solutions in the construction, industrial, and utility markets. We're thankful for the support we receive from our community, and we remain committed and driven to provide the best experience possible for our customers and partners across the country. Good luck to everyone competing today from all of us at Border States.
Final score, game number 1, state qualifier. Rough Riders a 63-54 win against the Cheyenne Mustangs. The Rough Riders, the number 1 seed in this tournament, back to state. They will be the number 3 seed next week at the Super A in Bismarck. They will play the 2:30 game on day number 1. Let's break down this one for you as we get you set for our next game. We'll take a little break after this one, but Red River and Cheyenne went back and forth in the first half. Offense drew cold for both teams, and then the Rough Riders went on a run, would push their lead to 14. They led 33-19. Cheyenne ended the half on a 5-0 scoring run. It was 33-24 at the half. Cheyenne carried that momentum over and were on the heels of the Rough Riders. The shortcoming for Cheyenne in this game, an inability to hit threes. They had just 3 threes compared to 11 for the Rough Riders, and I think that proved to be the difference maker in this one. Cheyenne got within a point, 44-43 with 9:52 to go, and then the Rough Riders took over from that point forward and came away with the victory, their 20th of the season. Final numbers, Jaden Feist playing in her final game of the season for the Cheyenne, or final game of her career for the Cheyenne Mustangs, finished with 15 points, 8 points for Peyton Breidenbach, 7 coming for Carson Sanders, 6 for Olivia Manson, 4 for Maya Metcalf. Brenna Dick off the bench finished with 11. Brooke Johnson finished with 2. Just 3 threes in the game for Cheyenne. Did shoot well from the free throw line, going 10 for 13. For the Rough Riders, it was 22 points coming for senior Alex Page. She finished with 3 threes in the game. 14 points for Kylie Lancaster. She had a pair of threes. 12 for Jasmine Sondrel. She had a pair of threes as well. 5 for Ella Fossey. 2 for Emily Robson. Hannah Linsinger had 2, a point for Jade Azure. 11 threes, as we mentioned, for the Rough Riders from the charity stripe. They went 6 for 11 from the free throw line in that game. So 63-54 is our final and game number 1 of our state qualifiers here on YourLiveEvent.com. Coming up, Devils Lake, West Fargo High. We'll have that for you next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
How can I get all of my marketing projects?